What jersey you got on, Brett?
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can get him in this draft, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get him. Me and Daniel are in the middle of a draft.
No.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
The spread.
Right.
Season
Season 5.
Episode
Episode
4.
4.
Right. What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of The Spread, our final preseason episode and then prediction episode next week. We are ready to get into some topics tonight. A little quick episode. We'll try to keep it brief, but we're ramping up towards the season, so we got some stuff to talk about. A few good games, I thought, this week. A few interesting games, and then I guess we'll have some running back discussion, boys.
Yep.
Try to get Brett in here. I don't know what happened to him, but try to get Brett in here. See what he has to say. First of all, let's talk about a couple shutouts, I think. Some interesting ones. 41-0.
Wait, time out. I think we should talk about the most important preseason game. The Ravens finally losing.
Oh yeah, last week. Yeah.
That we didn't get to talk about that one. That was a big deal.
That was huge. Yeah.
I almost forgot about it until I thought about it for a second.
It was a really good game too.
Yeah, heck yeah, it was. It was down to the wire too. It felt like a regular season game.
Yeah, I could have gone both ways.
Yeah, Joey Sly coming in there and winning it for the Commanders. That was huge.
You said there was a couple shutouts. What other ones were there?
Yeah, so that was last week. The Ravens lost to the Commanders, ended the 24-game winning streak. Then this week, couple shutouts. So Broncos shut out the Rams 41-0. I believe that's the biggest loss in preseason history.
That is pretty big.
41 points. See if we can get Brett connected here. We'll get going.
I don't like. Can you imagine the meeting that following day? Like if I was a coach, I'd have boxing gloves on, and every person that walked into the room that's laughing and smiling, ha! Yeah. Like you laughing, ha! I don't care if you the backup kicker, you catching the uppercut, bro. Ain't nothing to laugh about. We was in a practice game and we did bad.
Yeah. No, having the biggest loss of all time on your resume is not good for preseason. Especially when these guys are supposed to be fighting for jobs. Like these guys are making,
for sure.
These guys are making like $2,000 a week trying to like fight for a roster spot, and they're going out there and laying a goose egg. Defense played awful. They just let Albert O. I don't know if you've seen this guy, Albert O. from the Broncos, tight end, just running all up and down the field.
He was running for his life, man.
Well, it was good seeing because the Broncos have consistently had bad luck when it comes to wide receiver health. So KJ Hamler going down, you got Jerry Jeudy going down, Tim Patrick went down. They're really going through it right now. They just cut that Hilton dude that was playing quarterback for like 2 games out of the year. So they have like no receivers besides Cortland Sutton. So Albert O better be making these crazy catches consistently. But no, it looked really good. It looks definitely different from last year. And it's gonna be good to get what's his name, Williamson, the running back, or Williams,
Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Crazy running back. So getting him back from I think an ACL injury is gonna be for that offense. So I think these shutouts are mainly because some people are playing their starters and some play their starters last week. I think not having 4 preseason games kind of switches things up. And you know, some teams are still getting used to when's a good time to play their starters, get them adequate reps in the preseason. So yeah, I figured that there would be some uneven scores here late. So we got a lot of good things happened. I think seeing I know we're gonna start talking about running backs, but a good thing seeing was Breece Hall getting going a little bit. I'm really interested to see James Cook in a Jets uniform. So I think there's 2 weeks till the regular season.
the 20 or the 10th is when it starts.
Gonna
Mhm.
be a long
Something like that.
weeks. Yep. So final
The
cut.
7th is the Thursday night tip off, and then the 10th is going to be when everybody else get it cracked.
Yeah. I think the final cuts are happening by Tuesday. They have to have the 52-man roster. So that's gonna be, is it the 52 or
53.
53-man roster? I think there's going to be a lot of good things, especially for the Bears, because we have the number 1 waiver wire pickup. So there's going to be a lot of cuts that are going to happen. I think it's going to be interesting to see, Kareem Hunt still on the market.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good talent. Me and Daniel are in the middle of a fantasy draft, and it's, Jonathan Taylor didn't get picked up within the first 3 rounds, and people just don't know where he's going to be playing. But I thought it was
That's crazy.
yeah. But yeah, it's there's a lot going on, especially with the running back market. We can kind of stick with running backs here. Josh Jacobs signs a contract next year. So that's gonna be exciting. That offense definitely needs it. And then also you see Saquon signing his contract. So around the $12 million range is where these guys are going for an annual year salary. Kind of unfortunate because they're huge pieces, and I feel like I would definitely pay Saquon and Derrick Henry at some point probably deserved a little bit more than 10 to 12,000 or $1 million. So that's what these running backs are for. So
100%.
Do you guys have anything that you've seen in the preseason from any specific running backs that you'd like to go over?
Running back wise, I mean, we haven't seen too much from like the star players or who I would consider like top 5 running backs in the league. A lot of young guys have stepped up in the preseason, I feel like. And they're definitely making a name for themselves right now. But top 5 guys, like these guys are either just now signing contracts or they're holding out, or they're switching teams. So it's a lot of tumultuous times right now for the running back position, I feel like. Definitely the league's been trying to favor more of the wide receiver position. I mean, the guys are getting bigger contracts. They get all the penalties called for them. Like the wide receivers are living it up right now. And, we need to shine a little bit of the spotlight on running back because it's important.
You kind of see the flip in fantasy too.
Yeah.
The receivers are getting picked a lot faster before the running backs, and it's just definitely a trend. It's a wave.
For sure.
Yeah. I still it's unfortunate because, I think it's better because I'm still going to pick a running back high and I can get good value at receiver later down the road. But because
you got the receiver mind to do it.
I know. I go by weak opponents. So if I know that a matchup is coming, I'm gonna trade or get a free agent if need be. But running back is so hard to can get consistent play from. So I think there's such high value. So I mean, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Tyreek Hill all went in the first 3 picks in this draft. That was, I'm not gonna say that was surprising, but running backs tend to go the first couple of picks, and I'm still
I'm really skeptical on even looking at Tyreek Hill for fantasy because of this whole Tua thing. I just don't
backups.
If I'm picking up Tyreek Hill first overall, man, I'm gonna need 1,500 yards or close to it, because that's what he's supposed to do. Because he's the fastest dude that's ever been as a wide receiver, straightaway breakaway speed, in my opinion. There's dudes that have been close, but Tyreek Hill, he's like a black Sonic hedgehog.
I was gonna say he's got some Sonic DNA in him for sure. And I stole that quote from Jason Palmer.
He I think that the health is the only thing that is keeping me from being in play with Tua. I think he gets shit on way too much. Than he should.
Has, but injuries don't.
Daniel also Daniel also thinks Trevor Lawrence is shit, so don't.
No. But I have to choose between. I think
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence is way better than Tua. So record straight, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is all that, because Clemson quarterbacks usually play good in college when they have all those all-stars.
He
Right.
goes by like he's gonna say that Ohio State. is a good
But
quarterback.
if I had to choose, I'm choosing.
The Ohio State.
Yes. He's gonna say all these things bad because of where they went to
It's
school.
okay. I just traded Trevor Lawrence for Justin Fields yesterday.
Damn.
There you go.
Mhm.
Adam, comment to Adam goes, Tua gonna get whooped week 1. Who do they play? See,
Yeah, the Chargers.
yeah. They're playing.
I love Adam.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But I think Tyreek Hill still has high value. I think that
Yeah,
he
for sure.
contributes regardless. So still think you have to take him, but the question mark is Tua.
Adam's got a bet going also that that the Chargers hold Tyreek Hill under 70 receiving yards. For
I mean,
week 1.
that defense is pretty solid. So
Yeah,
Speaking
it's
of
possible.
Chargers, let's look at this preseason game real quick. The one they just played.
Yep.
53 total passing yards.
the
20
Chargers
total
offense.
pass attempts. They
Wow.
had Josh Kelly 2 attempts for 78 yards, so he averaged 39 yards a carry. Max Duggan 6 attempts, 51 yards. He averaged 8.5 yards a carry. Darius Davis 2 attempts, 19 yards. He averaged 9.5 yards a carry. This was the most run-heavy game I think I've seen.
They weren't even looking to throw the ball.
They didn't even try. 53 total passing yards. That is a game straight from the 70s, the 60s.
That's terrible.
Like the Bears, man.
all right, chill out.
Y'all don't know how to throw the ball. Y'all just put it in the belly. Put it in the belly.
Well, Max
Play
Duggan,
action. Put it in the belly.
Max Duggan isn't really the
Play
best
action. Boot to the
quarterback.
fullback. Well,
and the receivers weren't playing.
play action. Boot to the fullback. Well, and the receiver.
Whose is that?
Not me.
Not you.
It's not me. And then on the 49ers side, Sam Darnold got some work. Officially, Trey Lance was sent out.
To the Cowboys.
Sam Darnold got that backup spot.
Definitely thought he was going to Minnesota. I'm not gonna lie. Did not see
I-
the Cowboys.
I thought he would go to Minnesota. Didn't happen
You
though.
would have tried to start him as soon as you could.
Just immediately start him, tank our season for Caleb Williams.
Oh, I would do that. Not for the Bears, but if I was in the Vikings position, I would do whatever I can for Caleb Williams.
For
But the
sure.
Cowboys are going to do whatever they can to start Trey Lance. I can tell you that.
Unfortunately, we're way too good.
I don't know, man.
Let's-
I'm not sold on Trey Lance, man. I'm not gonna lie to
He's
you.
got a lot of. Luckily, he's in a position to where he knows for sure he does not have to play to be the guy right
Right.
now. Like he gets to take his
Lot
time
of-
and do the A-Rod, Patrick Mahomes thing, and for sure sit down for
That'd be his best bet. Probably saved his career, to be honest with you.
the
If he's gonna
expectations
have
kill
one.
you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Expectations.
that's a lot of pressure. I was reading something. I think since like high school, he's only thrown or
500
attempted,
and some 50 some passes.
500
Yes, I said
passes
that in the
total?
group chat. I was like, bro,
That's
or
crazy.
somewhere. I said this somewhere. I was like, yo, they're 500.
Yeah, because
There's no way.
the Browns quarterback Dorian Thompson or whatever,
Uh-huh.
they were in the same like draft class or recruiting class going into college, and he's thrown for like 2,000 attempts.
Yeah.
He's way ahead of the game, so you don't even really know what kind of progress or reads that Trey Lance is even capable of making at this point.
Yeah. I think it's something that you cannot take away from a player's experience. So no matter at what level you're at,
100%.
reps are reps.
Uh-huh.
Right now we have the D2 quarterback, Tyson Badgett. He's a rookie this year, picked him undrafted, and he went to like Shepherd. It's this D2 college, won the Heisman Trophy for a D2, was like the best player, but has so many passing attempts. And he actually beat out PJ Walker, who we signed to like a $5 million deal to be our backup for Justin Fields. And he beat him out for the quarterback 2 competition. We just released PJ Walker today. So whenever you're talking about experience, that's something that you cannot take away. Because I mean, somebody that has all the athletic ability like Trey Lance, he doesn't have that many passing attempts. He was in a run heavy offense in North Dakota State. So if they are banking on his athletic ability and his janky ass throwing motion, and they look elsewhere for quarterbacks. So I think getting behind, sitting behind Dak Prescott for a little bit and working behind him, and because I do think Dak, I shit on Dak, but I don't think he's like a.
He's the thing that I realized at first. I didn't know how to feel when Josh called me. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And then I was like, "You know what? Dak's not getting 2 more contracts with the Cowboys. He's getting 1 more extension, and then on that contract, he's either going to get cut, traded, or cut or traded. That's it. Like, there's no way he's going to be open, or that contract is going to just expire and he's just going to be a free agent. That's it.
Yeah. And I mean, what'd you guys give up? Like a 7th round pick or
4th round pick for him, which
I mean,
that's nothing, man.
Picks are.
I just
kinda
feel
agree with
like
some people picks are overrated at some points. So
I feel like Dak Prescott had to talk himself into this last contract. So like, I don't feel like there's security with either McDaniels or Dak Prescott. Like, I don't feel like there's any
For sure.
to that, so that's the unfortunate part. But I do think Trey Lance has a lot of talent. I don't think that he should have gotten picked at 3. I think Mac Jones probably should have got picked higher than he should have. Like, Trey Lance was not like that. So I think the 49ers definitely are regretting their decision. They said that they take full ownership, and as they should, because now it's kind of like a Kirk Cousins, Robert Griffin III type deal. They drafted those same.
That's a tough one though, because they didn't make a mistake with RG3. They just didn't know how to treat him. Like they were spot on. I thought RG3 was better than Andrew Luck just because he had that speed, like the speed and the breakaway speed down the sideline when he was going against
that
somebody.
speed lasted about 3 games though, because they just kept running out there.
Yeah, but it is the Commanders though. They know how to command L's in terrible decisions.
I think something that is said for both teams though is that both teams definitely regret and have to take ownership of the situation that they put both quarterbacks into. Because I mean, the Commanders or the Redskins or whatever you want to call them did not take care of Robert Griffin III at all, and they were trying to.
They didn't take care of Trent Williams. They didn't take care of RG3. They didn't take care of Santana Moss. They didn't take care of D'Angelo, not D'Angelo Hall, right? No. Was that the DB?
Hall, the cornerback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't take care of him. Didn't they have a safety at one point that was a stud? They didn't take care of and I'm not talking about the Sean Taylor thing, but like I thought it was like recently they had a safety like in the last like 5 or 6 years. That was Landon Collins.
Yeah. Landon Collins.
Landon Collins. I mean, obviously he's like a hybrid linebacker now. But when he was playing on the Commanders, he was a dog. He was almost in the Pro Bowl. Like he was.
I feel like they did the same thing with Clinton Portis too, though.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on Clinton Portis and Alfred Morris. We took that for about a season and a half.
Yeah.
So Adam is asking who our favorite teams are. Adam, appreciate y'all.
He's doing this on purpose.
Well, I think mine's pretty obvious. I'm a Bears fan. Daniel's unfortunately a Dallas Cowboys fan. Tyler is a hardcore Vikings fan.
5 reasons why you can't even be saying that right now. Lower your tone. You see that number 1 in the back of this screen? That's how many Super Bowls their team got. He got that proudest one. Uno mas. And Tyler got to be quiet because they ain't got shit.
Yeah,
so don't be coming for your boy like that. Hey, whoever that is.
This was a complete shot at me why Adam asked this, because he knows I don't have a favorite team. And I switch teams like every week in our group chat for fantasy.
He wants you to pick.
So right now, straight up, my NFC team is the Bears. AFC team's the Jets.
The Jets.
There you go.
Nice.
Got it on camera now. You can't take it back.
Yeah.
Can't.
It's
on
the internet now.
Welcome to the life, right? It's gonna be a fun ride. I can. Jake Thompson, what's up, Jake? He goes, Brett, fave team is 27 of them. Yes, very true. But He is committing to 2 teams, and we're gonna roll with that for the.
Hey, we've had a guy on here wear 3 different jerseys.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Daniel is
Same
the
time.
most. Daniel is the most. I don't
See,
know.
I just had bets, just to make things entertaining. But they know that the only thing that's really gonna hurt is I gotta wear like basically make me cross dress. That's what they had me doing. Like,
Daniel has won 0 bets. Daniel is 0 for 3 in bets.
what,
no.
what-
I won the last time the Cowboys played the Vikings. No, he didn't. Nope. Y'all chose not to do a bet because y'all
Yeah, I
smart.
didn't bet because I knew we were
Yeah.
gonna lose.
Yeah. Never
Are
mind.
you talking about the game they played the Cowboys after they beat the Bills,
Yeah,
the Vikings?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a rough one, man.
Yeah, that was.
How could I bet on a game last season when every single game went down to OT or 1-point game? How can you bet on that?
No, but my goal is to have like a room set up like yours, Josh, where I have a favorite team. And I got like Adam, he's got Chargers stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
I got a signed Brian Urlacher jersey back there that's not hanging up that I can go ahead and learn. I got memorabilia for my Bears fans. So
We'll see. I might be getting a Fields jersey here soon. That's my guy.
hear that, boys? It's
I'm a big Ohio State fan, so
There you go.
Yeah, if Fields, I'm not going to start on Fields. You already know how I feel about Fields. Ohio State quarterbacks, man. Yep.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
hoping Fields and Stroud break the mold.
That's what
my
I'm
goal.
saying. Like, I get it, but if they do break the mold, I'm gonna be shook
Please.
because I thought Braxton
Please.
Miller was gonna break the mold low key because
Yeah,
Braxton
yeah.
Miller was a dog.
I mean, we go all the way back to Troy Smith days, man.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, Daniel definitely does go, but he's an old head. How old are you, Daniel? Like
Yeah, but hey, history does not lie,
He's not wrong, but that's why I'm praying, man. Like
man.
Fields and
That's all I
Stroud.
got.
can do it.
A prayer and a touchdown. That's all we got, man.
If you want me to be real, sorry, Josh. I have a feeling that Stroud for the NFL has a higher ceiling than Fields.
Wow. Hot take.
that's
What does
a,
everyone think about that?
that's a fucking hot take if I've ever heard one. I think
Fields is now actually in a good position to improve. Like the first 2 seasons, he had no chance to even get better.
Yeah. The only reason I say that is because if Fields can't figure out how to pass, they usually defenses they
Figure that
acclimate
out.
faster. They acclimate faster to a dual threat quarterback that can't really throw.
Yeah.
And Stroud's a better natural pocket passer.
Okay.
Well,
And he got a little quickness to him too.
Yeah, he's not
hopefully,
bad.
hopefully,
But I like Fields more.
hopefully Stroud just has perfect protection the entire time because there's absolutely no way he would be able to survive if he doesn't have perfect.
The crappy thing is when you usually get picked in the first 10 picks, you're going to a terrible team.
Yeah.
Usually, especially as a quarterback, he's basically walking into a situation just like Fields did. Probably one of the worst O-lines and not very good receiving core. So they're gonna have some homework to do and help him out. But
I guess we'll see. All right, running backs.
let's go.
Running backs. I don't honestly know what preseason running back is popping off. I mean, I know we have our eye on Bijan Robinson.
Yeah,
I think I have
just
one.
because he's a rookie.
man.
I have
Did
one.
you see his highlights from last
Bijan?
week? Dude, I joke around with Jason. I'd say if LaDainian Tomlinson and Adrian Peterson had a baby, it's Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Can't catch and he can catch really good in the back.
Yeah, that one-handed snag
Right.
on the screen.
Yes. And he's a Texas alumni, so I'm already rocking with him.
I think Roshan Johnson is doing really good for the Bears. The backup for Bijan. He's a heavy runner. I think he's faster than David Montgomery, but runs just as hard. I think he has better hands. And he has a lot of he's got fresh legs because he hasn't had a lot of mileage on him because of Bijan. So he's actually doing really good in the preseason. But as far as like getting actual playing time, I think he's got a good chance. Deontay Foreman, I don't think is going to get a lot of touches. So it's going to be Herbert and Johnson, I think.
And then we've already talked about Deuce Vaughn a little bit.
Yeah, that's my main one, just because he's going to have at least 3 games in the first 6 that he will have more carries than Tony Pollard, more touches, and so he's going to have to do something with that. And hopefully our line and I mean our schedule's not that crazy. Actually, no, wait a minute.
Dude, I don't know
I would
why
play the Jets once.
every Cowboys fan I know shits on Tony Pollard.
Why?
I don't show Tony Pollard.
That's crazy.
I
Are you worried about?
know.
Do you think
Cowboys fan.
Cowboys fans
There are
are
some
worried
people that think we need to pick up Tony Romo and Des Bryant still. So I can't.
Do you think they're worried
Our
about his?
first four games are not going to be that bad. We got the Giants, which that's going to be a tough one. The Jets is just going to be Hollywood, but that's going to be in Dallas. We go to Arizona. That should be a good chance for somebody that doesn't have a name to pop off. And we're going against New England, aka the Zeeks, which that should be a very interesting game. And it's in Dallas too, so I'm excited.
so you think you guys are gonna beat the Jets?
Do I think we're going to beat the Jets? Yeah.
That's honestly my preseason pick for
Yeah.
the Super Bowl. Is Jets
The
and
Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys have the best defense in the league, and I'm standing on that. I said it last year.
I'll
Brett,
give you another week. Hey, Brett, think about
Brett,
that for another week,
stop.
bud.
Stop.
What
Do
is
not say anything, Brett. Brett, take back what you said. Don't repeat it. We're gonna have an episode.
What did he say?
You're gonna have more time to think about what the fuck you just said, Brett. Stop it.
I said my
Do
Daniel,
not
my
say it, Brett.
preseason, my
Stop.
preseason Super Bowl picks to go to the Super Bowl is Jets versus Cowboys.
Go ahead and get back in the kitchen and work on that
Right.
one.
Hey, if it's true, we gonna go and they're gonna say back. If it's true, we
Let's
going.
do it. I mean,
No, you see what he's doing? He's grooming us, guys, because he said his favorite NFC team is the Bears. He's picking you guys to win the Super Bowl, and now he's gonna say that Kirk Cousins is like the greatest quarterback ever. I see what you're doing.
I think Kirk Cousins is top 5 toughest quarterbacks in the league.
There you go.
You gonna get Tyler Smile. You better chill.
Tyler's face is red
There you go.
now. But no, yeah, I do think that Cowboys fans definitely shit on Tony Pollard way more than he should.
Yeah, I think the only reason why we did though is because we were electrocuted by Zeke's first 3 years. We were electrocuted by it. There has not been a running back since Adrian Peterson that has taken over the league like Zeke did.
Stop, bro. Stop it.
Who? Lie to me and say somebody else.
Bro.
Lie. Who?
Zeke had maybe two good back-to-back years, and then he
3
started
years.
falling.
3. He had 3 years of excellence. Name a better running back in the time of Adrian Peterson, 2008, 2007, something like that.
Todd
Between
Gurley.
now and then. Who?
Todd Gurley.
It's actually not bad, but
That's a close one. That's a close one.
It's facts.
that came right off the tongue too. He
Yeah,
knew
that was close. That was close. That's a close one. But he crashed harder than Zeke did, though. He
No, he
crashed way
did
harder.
not. Zeke literally fumbled his way out of a starting position. Todd Gurley, his body was just done.
Todd Gurley was just a freaking workhorse.
Todd Gurley never had to play center though, Josh. Think about it.
Facts. I will just peel back just by like a decimal because Todd Gurley, that's the only running back that you can say. Because I was thinking about, I was like, you get Melvin Gordon, no. Yeah, that's Christian McCaffrey, no. Like not in the first. I'm talking about first 3 years. Obviously, the longevity he's had a couple times, but the first 3 years specifically. Now you got me wanting to look real quick on this.
Yeah, go look because you didn't think I was gonna say anything, little boy. I know my rights. My running back rights.
Forgot about punk ass Todd Gurley. But him and CJ Anderson carved us up for 3,000 yards in one game.
All right,
Playoffs.
let's go over these rankings that we were coming up with, guys. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
You doing top 5 RBs?
We could do that. What were we saying? Guards leader and touchdown leader as well.
Okay.
Let's go over top 5. I'm fine with that. But I think while we're all thinking of that, I don't have my top 5. Do you guys have your top 5?
I mean, you can spit off 3 real quick.
I can make one.
All right, let's split up.
Top 5 in running backs.
Let's do 3. Let's see if we each have a top 3. Okay.
The same 3?
I think we should all name our number 1 running back, and I think it's all going to be different.
It will be. It's going to be on personal preference.
No, I think number one's pretty clear.
Do we all
One,
want
two, three, Christian McCaffrey.
Nick Chubb.
Chapter 2, now we can.
See, that's what I'm saying, and
Nick Chubb's number one.
I'm for this year. I'm a little biased on who will be one.
Christian
I think-
McCaffrey ain't gonna last no full season with the freaking 49ers. bro.
I
No.
like Barkley the most because there's no backup there. Chubb's gonna be real good, but they got new offense. They throw a lot with Cleveland now, it looks like. And then CMC, you got Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, and even their backup. I mean, CMC is obviously electric, but they got a lot of mouths to feed there. So my vote's Barkley.
I think McCaffrey, Barkley, and Chubb are my top three.
Yeah. And then the King.
So I just took a little peek at this Zeke and Todd Gurley. Zeke has 12 touchdowns in the playoffs. Todd Gurley has 2. 2 rushing touchdowns in the playoffs.
What's that?
Each year.
We're talking about the first 3 years of their career.
But that stat playoffs
No,
matter, bro. That's a big
that is
stat.
completely irrelevant. We're talking about 3 years. So come at me with something else, please. Thank you.
So 16.
I do think now that we're talking, I think the Patriots honestly got a steal getting Zeke.
Yeah, to eat
Give me a
times
second. It's
the
loading.
We absolutely have no idea what his production is going to be. Anytime in the last 2 to 3 years, he's had like touched the ball multiple times or like has high production, he cannot get over like 3
Okay,
yards.
so I have the stats right here. The first 3 years of their careers compared against each other. Zeke played 4 less games. Zeke has 868 attempts to Todd Gurley's 786. Zeke has 4,048 yards. Todd Gurley has 3,296 yards. Todd Gurley has 1 more touchdown than Zeke with 29. And receptions, Zeke has more, 135 to 128. Todd Gurley has more yards, 1,300 to Zeke's 1,200. So yeah, Zeke was better. so first 3 years, I'm good.
What was yards per carry?
Yards per carry. Rush attempts, rushing yards, the rushing yards per game. You don't want to do that one. That's 101 per game to Todd Gurley 74. Rush attempts per game 21.7 to 17.9, and yards per attempt 4.7 to 4.2. So
So
Zeke
kind of
was
similar,
better.
but Zeke was better, pretty much better in everything.
Zeke was better. Thank you. Next.
Too bad he sucks and he's fat.
Well, I know you didn't want to hear that one. But it's not about like a long shot, though. So I'm going to put some respect on TG's name. It's not like it's miles ahead.
I think
But
if you're
it's not-
talking about taking over the league, Todd Gurley in 3 years took over the league more than Zeke. If you want to talk stats, okay, sure.
Wow. I just-
Okay, sure, the Cowboys had a way better offense than the freaking.
Now you want to blame my team.
No, because
He's-
you want to start talking
Josh-
about other stuff.
We
What you're
had
saying,
we
Josh, it was
both had
Todd
rookie
Gurley.
quarterbacks.
Todd Gurley had more imprinting plays, like highlights that are fresh in the mind than Zeke just running over people into the end zone.
Todd Gurley
Zeke
didn't
jumped
have
in the popcorn kettle. Zeke-
Todd Gurley didn't
did.
have 5 All-Pro linemen whenever
Zeke
was running
took
the
a
ball.
screen to the house against the Steelers
As
to
soon as
win the
Ty-
game.
as soon as
53
Tyron
yards.
As soon as Tyron Smith hurt himself, Zeke started fumbling.
Bro,
Like,
don't y'all see? This is the thing. We want to make excuses why Zeke can't be number one. We want to give Todd Gurley a little help because he didn't have a better line. His team was who had the better coach.
what do you
He
mean?
had Jason Garrett. Zeke had Jason Garrett, and he did that. Who Todd Gurley had? Didn't he have Sean McVay at one point in time?
You really want to talk who had a better coach between the St. Louis Rams or the Dallas Cowboys? Let's talk about that.
We had Jason Garrett.
Jeff Fisher was their coach.
I don't really see a difference.
Talk to me, please. Make
Jerry
that
Jones
make
was the
sense.
owner. Jerry
Make
Jones
that
was the
make
owner.
sense.
He was the owner and GM.
Yeah,
you know,
but Roman was making decisions.
everything goes through Papa Jerry, all right?
Got me
All right, so
sweating over
number
here.
one is Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yes.
Nick Chubb, man. Nick Chubb's number one.
How is Nick Chubb number one? In what way?
Because Christian McCaffrey does not have the availability to be able to be
Nick
number
Chubb
one.
got
this
hurt
year.
last year too?
Yeah, but Nick Chubb, this is the first time Nick Chubb's really got hurt like that. Christian McCaffrey has been hurt for how many years now?
Not on the Niners, though. On the
Okay,
Niners, he's
so
been fine.
but that was one. He didn't even play a full year.
He-
Like,
The Niners are using him in a way different type
okay,
of situation than the Panthers did.
we're gonna just wait and see. And then if Christian McCaffrey, are we gonna go based off of yards, all-purpose yards? Because if it's all-purpose yards, you got him beat. But if we're talking strictly rushing yards, Christian McCaffrey will not have more than Nick Chubb.
I can tell you that as an offensive coordinator, Daniel, I didn't like just putting a running back out there, and it's a specific situation, just putting a running back out there that could not go and catch a pass as well.
Bro, we're talking
No,
about running backs. We're
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
talking-
running backs.
I'm talking about running backs, so I'd rather have
Yes,
a running
are we-
back go out there and
we're talking
catch
about
and
running
run the ball,
the ball.
Daniel.
Are we
all
talking about
purpose yards.
running the ball? Are we talking about a position that has
purpose yards.
RB at
It
the
is
depth
not
chart?
1940 anymore, Daniel. It is 2023.
The RB position has evolved. If
Yes.
you
No, it has a ball, but are we talking about rushing skills, running the ball? Or are we
Running
talking
back.
about
Nick,
are we
running
talking
back
about a
gotta
running back
block.
that just has that?
Pass, throw the ball, run the ball, receive. They got to do everything, Daniel. It's not just a one thing position.
old school though, the best pure runner is Chubb.
I'm talking.
I'll say
You
him-
said the best running
I'd
back.
say
We're not saying like the most multiversal.
it'd be
The most
me, it'd be Chubb and
multidimensional.
Barkley.
Obviously, he's the dual threat. C-Mac. He does the passing and the catching, obviously. But if we're talking about running back that has the best running back skills of running the ball and taking it in between the tackles and the belly, it's Chubbs. And then it's Jacobs. And then it's Saquon.
That's Daniel. That is stupid, bro. Listen.
Okay,
to me.
let's see.
No,
let's see.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Let's see. Running,
Listen-
I'm going strictly on
Hey.
rushing yards. No
no
all-purpose.
Josh.
rushing
What this is Chubb is Marty, and then
Stop.
CMC
You can't even say
is
that.
Nick. Chubb is Marty, CMC is Nick.
And I can't even say anything. I can't.
Let's see.
This is my thing, guys. This is my thing is that you can't just say I'm gonna hand this dude the ball and I'm just going after it if he can just run the ball really well, which Christian McCaffrey clearly can do. I don't know if you saw the run versus the Philadelphia Eagles, but
Oh no, I've seen it. Yeah,
for
it was
an
wild.
agile, quick, speedy type of guy, Christian
Uh-huh.
McCaffrey can run a motherfucker over, all right? So
Yeah.
running the ball, Christian McCaffrey is fully capable of running the ball, and I think I would like to see both of their rushing stats from last year and see how that went. Now, whenever we're talking about running backs in 2023, Daniel, please tell me if they're just going to get handoffs all the time, or are they supposed to be going in the slot and running routes out of the backfield as well? It's not
It
just
depends on the
about-
offense. It depends on the
it's in
offense, right?
every Daniel. If you can just run the ball, you're not going to be starting for a very long time. Why do you think Kareem Hunt was sharing just as many carries as Nick Chubb? Is because he can go out
And
in the
Nick Chubb still led the league in rushing. So clearly he's really
He-
good.
Nick Chubb
He was leading. He was top 3. If you top 3 and you splitting carries with another dude and you steal that dude, come on, man. With
You're
the
gonna be
attempts
splitting-
that Chubbs had.
You should not be splitting it that much. And I think they're gonna. I think he is gonna rush for 1,000 yards. Yes, I think Nick Chubb is a amazing running back, but you have to look more than just the rushing aspect, Daniel.
Yeah, but we're talking. I was specifically talking about rushing. I said dual threat running back.
I'm talking about
That
running.
is C-Mac. Dual threat. He's dual threat because how many running backs are like dual threat like that are as good as him? There's some that mainly possess like an Etienne. He's not a dual threat runner, but he's a receiving back. He receives and he catches
You're
the
gonna
passes
say
more than
Etienne
runs
is
between the
just a
tackles.
receiving back. You have poor judgment on running backs, Daniel. I'm sorry.
What? Etienne is more of a receiving back than an actual in between the
I
tackles.
disagree.
He's like, yo, wait.
I disagree.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
your favorite college team. He doesn't like Clemson guys.
Yeah, I know. And he has
That's-
not
that's the thing. I was-
ball.
I was rooting for Deshaun Watson. Sorry, I don't believe in
That's-
the. No, I'm not.
That's
I'm
my
just saying,
dude.
Deshaun
Watson's my
Watson.
guy.
Yeah. So like, I was
No,
all
you were
for him
shitting
being
on
out.
you were shitting on Clemson quarterbacks before, so don't come at me saying, "Oh, this is my guy."
No, I was no. Trevor Lawrence. I pooped on him a little bit just because of his long hair and shit and his sunshine shit that he be doing and his overrated arm. The fact that he's, I picked Justin Herbert over Trevor Lawrence, obviously. Herbert Sherbert.
All right, so number 2, I think is definitely going to be Nick Chubb.
You put Barkley at 3. Barkley's my favorite running back.
I think Josh Jacobs at 3.
Oh, my goodness.
Barkley.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is my guy.
Josh Jacobs
Um,
leading the league in rushing yards last year with
Yeah,
that.
he had a killer year.
He was the only thing happening on that offense.
Pretty impressive.
Fuck Devontae. He was like,
Devontae had over 1,500 receiving
Yeah.
yards.
yeah.
Devontae who?
Adams.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about a running back.
Well, yeah, but you said the Raiders were limited with just
Yeah,
Jacobs.
I was like, what? I was like, hell.
Well,
Yeah, I obviously I think Devontae Adams helped Josh Jacobs flourish, but obviously last year wasn't a huge year for just pure rushing yards because
Mhm.
the top guy had 1,650. Usually we're used to that 1,800 to 2,000 range, dating back the last 10-ish years. But yeah, I think Josh Jacobs 3, Saquon 4, and then 5 rounding out would probably be Justin Fields, 5th best running back.
he was top 5 last year, so I think it's very hard to downplay I think it's very hard to downplay Josh Jacobs' role in that offense, but whenever we're talking about Saquon Barkley, if you were wanting to talk about an all-around running back, that I think the only thing that is a tick on him is his health, which he's only had one health-related injury.
Yeah.
Besides Derrick Henry, the percentage of defenses that line up 8 in the box is almost every play because there's nobody at a threat on the outside for the Giants.
Not this year, though.
Now they
This
are.
year's
Now they
different.
are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
now they
it's-
got some people.
They got like 10 receivers in their room.
Yeah.
Okay. But I
And they
mean,
got, like,
since he's
top
got
tight
there,
end.
dude. I mean, a couple years ago, the number 1 receiver was Kenny Galladay.
Dude,
Like,
Mm.
come on.
About one cut. No, it's been Darius Slayton.
That's what I mean. Like,
And then Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, he's injured every other week. But
Oh,
But no,
snap.
they're gonna be good. I mean,
Wow, I
Jalen
see.
Hyatt, they got Jalen Hyatt, they got Darren Waller,
Yeah.
they got
Yep.
Shepard Talk. Cole Beasley's on that team.
yeah.
Darius Slayton's still on that team, so they still got guys. But that should open things up for Saquon as well.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. It's like that dominant, like hard nosed. I
Now you're a baby.
Well, I don't like when he hits the second level, dude. I just get so
It's on.
excited.
Yeah.
He
But so is
runs
Nick Chubb.
different.
I do agree with that. Nick Chubb does have that second gear as well, and it's
Yeah.
I try to be super like I try to like to take my fandom out of the way I see Saquon. But with Saquon, it's with him, he only has that one big play. I've been saying that for like the last 2 years. He has it like there's some games where he won't break free and he doesn't produce on a consistent basis. Obviously, if you want to use the team excuse, I'm rocking with it too. But when it comes to like the production,
Mommy
the fact that when it comes to his runs, there's only going to be 1, maybe 2 that breaks crazy. Now, that one, that's great. It's going to be 75, 60, 80, a little dump off that just takes it to the crib. Like he has that ability, that home run ability. But there's a reason why home runs usually don't win you whatever the baseball thing is. It's the consistent hits that get you somewhere. And I don't think Saquon has shown enough of that. Now, I think he'll have a better chance this year than he's had his whole career so far because the team is a little more even in regard to Jones got a little more confidence because of the bread, and he got some receivers that, Darren Waller's going to open up everything. That rookie receiver that they just picked up, he's easily a walking 800 receiving yards, and the Giants haven't had something like that in a minute since Mr. One Hand was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to help it a lot. Now, if he's not top 1 or 2 in regards to all-purpose yards for a running back, I think it's going to be a waste of a year. I think he's not going to have a leg to stand on to get the max money from the Giants. There's going to be somebody else going to throw bread at him, but like from the Giants, it's like, no, like you, from what you did last year to this year, there should be like a 500-yard improvement just because of like what they have available to like work.
There's one guy we haven't mentioned yet who switched team, Jamal Williams. He was huge last year. I think he tied.
Yeah, he was a dog.
Tied for most touchdowns from a running back last year with Austin Eckler. We haven't mentioned Austin Eckler yet either, I don't think. But Jamal Williams could be huge on that Saints. As scary as it is, he could be huge on that Saints offense. The
Well,
lobby there and everything. So
It's going to be better than remember when Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram was like rocking together, that Thunder and Lightning. It's going to be better than that because both of these guys got Thunder and Lightning now. So it's like when Mark Ingram was on the field and Alvin Kamara was off the field, you knew it was going to be in between the tackles and the guards. Like Mark Ingram wasn't going to catch a fucking screen or a swing pass. Like now with those two running backs on the Saints, like you don't know who's going to do what. You just know that if one of them get the ball, you better hope that your safety knows how to freaking have some angle distance to protect them because Alvin Kamara can easily take it to the crib too.
and I think
Nasty offense.
I don't see Austin Eckler as ever leading the league in rushing yards.
I thought that was a fluke.
He could lead the league in touchdowns again. I mean, they do pound him on the goal line a lot. So, and he does break away for a few, obviously, with just his breakaway speed. But just pure rushing yards, I don't think Austin Eckler would ever take that crown. Now, there is a chance that Derrick Henry is up there again because last year he was
hurt.
he was second last year still after everything that team went through. So obviously Derrick Henry always has a chance to lead the league in rushing yards. As long as he's healthy, like he always has a shot at it. But I think we all see the Titans taking a regression this year, taking a step back. So.
I think they've been taking a regression since the Chiefs broke through for their first Super Bowl because they beat them in the playoff. They came back on them, right? And it was down because everybody was like, oh shit, is Tennessee finally going to get it together and like actually go somewhere? And then they came back along. We was like, nope. And we ain't heard shit from them since. Now it's like, what, 3 years ago? They don't even know who their quarterback is going to be, man. They drafted 2 quarterbacks in the last couple of years, and both of them deserve a shot because Ron Tannehill is ass and a half.
yeah. I think it's tough. Derrick Henry is definitely getting older, and I think his mileage is packing on, and his health is taking a hit. But it's like every time he comes back, he's just back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So the fact that he was
every time he comes back, he's still bigger than everyone else on the field.
Yeah.
The fact that he was second was last year that whenever he got hurt, that he led the league for like 75% of the year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was gone for a minute and still led him he was like top 10 in rushing and didn't play like the last 6 games or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to say against the Texans alone, he had over 400 rushing yards.
Yeah.
In 2 games.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's just
But yeah, he's still in play. But it was an interesting thing, during this draft as well that for fantasy, seeing where he went. I think you guys sleep on Travis Etienne though. I mean, I think he's
electric. I like him.
no, he's good. No, that's the thing. Like when I said him being a receiving back, that doesn't mean like he's not that good. That's just like his strength. His strength is kind of getting in open field and making it work. Like he can run through the tackles good.
I think
But
his
that's
hands
not
are
his
a problem.
strength. His main strength.
I think his hands have been the problem ever since he got into the league. I think that's the issue is that he wasn't utilized as a.
Do you guys see him breaking into like a top 5 spot, or do you?
I think
see
he
him
had
as
the
like a top-
opportunity.
He's top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
I think
11
this year he gets top 10.
But
Like so last year, the thing that he had to get surgery on, so he's really bad pigeon-toed. So the way he's able to run though, he hits different angles. Like they did a study on him, and the angles and the way he can move is different aside from every running back like ever. But the problem is he guess he jacked it up. I mean, there's probably some complications when you run or walk that angled inward, but I think he's from Clemson guy. You know, he's a Clemson guy. You hate Clemson, dude. You really do. He's. I mean, he was real deal when he was playing last year, so he just has to stay healthy.
And then just honorable mentions, Tony Pollard's up there, Miles Sanders, Jamal Williams, I already mentioned, those type of guys. Najee Harris, everyone's expecting to come out for a big season this year, so we'll see how that goes.
Guys, I got a question.
What's up?
My quarterback situation for my draft.
Okay, shoot it.
Justin Fields is the best available option. But then there's also Deshaun, Tua, Aaron Rodgers. I think I'm a liar.
Yeah.
You go
always
with,
go Aaron.
if you don't get Fields, you got to go with A-Rod. He's throwing 50 touchdowns this year.
I've played fantasy for like 7 years, 6 years. I've chosen Aaron Rodgers almost every single year, no matter
Oh,
what.
that hurt me. I just passed up Justin Fields in here.
He's the best. He's the best guy in fantasy right
He
now.
just
that's
puts
not a
points on the
dual
board.
threat.
Like that's
And the
it.
thing is,
Burrow.
he does not throw interceptions like that.
Yeah.
No, he
That's the
don't.
thing. If he throws them, there's a couple and you're like, damn, they're not that good. But they're so rare.
Yeah.
It's like his touchdown to interception ratio is, and the interceptions kill you as a quarterback when you're playing fantasy. Like that is like that negative some points. That shit hurts, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That's tough. But okay, sorry to interrupt.
Unbelievable. You're gonna have to live with that now, Jack.
I
It's on
know.
live, bud.
But he's not on the Packers anymore, so I'm starting to like him a little bit from Hard Knocks. So
No, he looks real good, number 8. I'm not gonna lie.
the AR8, I like that nickname.
Mhm.
There's
I
no
think,
alliance. There's no alliances when it comes to fantasy. It's whoever scores the most points. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I just picked consistent quarterback, and it's the 5th round, and I got Aaron Rodgers, so I'll take it.
Who'd you pick your first 4 rounds?
I have it's a 12-man league. I was picking 7th. I picked Travis Kelce, Josh Jacobs, DK Metcalf, Aaron Jones, and Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. You got Kelsey at 7. That's good.
Yeah, I mean the first 7 were Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Austin Eckler, McCaffrey, and then I picked Travis Kelce. The next people were Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Saquon, and Bijan.
Wow, they got picked late.
Yeah, I really wanted Saquon, but I saw Travis. I was like, that's
Got to.
Pick.
Guarantees.
I did get Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones, though, so I feel like that's a good running back duo. I got DK because I just needed a high value. I know he's gonna get the ball a lot, and then Aaron Rodgers is safe. So
Aaron Rodgers is A-Rod.
Let's just wrap up here with the 3-0 teams, I think. So we got the Steelers. They look really good in preseason. They played a mixture of starters and second string and third stringers, and they pretty much rolled every team in preseason that they played. And they got good experience for the guys. I feel like they figured out who they want in the backup positions. I feel like the Steelers had one of the best preseasons this year. Then you got
They definitely got a lot accomplished, which is confidence. That was their main thing. Like, and not confidence like, oh, like I'm good. But confidence in like, oh shit, I just made some plays. Like
Yeah.
I mean that Falcons game was huge for Pickens, man.
Yep.
yeah, I think they're gonna be in contention for a division title. And that's a good division that they're playing in. So my roommate's a Ravens fan, and he does not think so. He thinks they're gonna be the worst in the division, but I'm like, there's absolutely no way.
worse in the division. No, I think there's a like ceiling. They could win 10 games. I think.
Yeah, or more.
It'll all depend on Pickett.
I think that division is what we thought the Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, and Raiders was gonna be last year.
Yeah.
Like I think that might be that division right there.
Yeah, for
Other 3-0 team was the Commanders. They got that impressive win against the Ravens. They got some confidence as well, but their starters are just not good enough to compete in the in the old NFC
Right.
NFC East over there. I mean, Eagles
you got the-
powerhouse, Cowboys powerhouse, Giants
You-
are powerhouse.
There's probably 3 teams out of that division that'll go to the playoffs,
Yeah,
like
Commanders
there
are
was last year.
clearly the worst team still.
Yeah.
They're getting better. They have pieces, but it's a long road ahead. Then the last 3-0 team was the Jaguars, I believe. They did the same thing the Steelers did. They played a mixture of starters and backups. They got a lot of rest for a lot of guys. I feel like at the end of the day, the people they're cutting, they know for sure would never make the team, and the people they're
Yeah.
keeping are for sure going to contribute and like help during the season.
They seem like they got a real healthy locker room. They got something good going over there in Jacksonville.
Calvin,
Uh,
Calvin really is just looking insane too.
yeah.
Yeah, he is.
That's my favorite part of that offense is Calvin Ridley.
That was a huge pickup for them.
But no, I think that's all I have.
Yeah, I think that'll wrap it up. Unless you boys have anything else.
Nope.
Sure. I can't believe you passed up on Fields, Josh.
Is he gone, Josh?
No, I think he's looking. Oh no, they did pick him up.
Maybe you can trade.
I'll trade for him at some point.
I'm just messing with you, dude. I got to give you crap.
No, I know Aaron Rodgers is gonna do is gonna be after seeing that one drive that he had in the preseason. I'm like,
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm taking it.
smooth.
Yeah,
Smooth
four
as
or
butter.
5. Yeah, 4 or 5 fucking touchdown to Garrett Wilson. He's got so many
Man.
weapons around him. Really, it's just protection. Like hopefully they can.
They
protect
have their O-line is solid, man. They're real young, but they have a 2-headed running back scheme that's gonna
Crazy.
be just like Green Bay. like-
Lazard. They got Lazard, Wilson. They got
He basically pressed the reset
Oh.
button and went back 10 years ago to a brand new roster, but he's
Yeah.
40 years old.
and a good defense.
Yeah.
So their front seven is gonna be crazy. So hopefully it works out. But
Yes, sir. Jets and Bears.
All right. So next week I have our big prediction episode. We're gonna run down
Prediction,
the
we gotta come with
whole
the tops.
season. We gotta
Let's do it.
come up with our team's record, and then all the awards. So we'll have that next week for you guys. But we're gonna end it there.
Fantastic.
Thanks for watching, everybody watching.
Have a good night.
Thanks for
See
coming
you
on,
guys.
Brett.
Yeah.
See
Thank
you
you.
Yep.
guys.
Thanks for having me.
Peace.
See you guys.